so if each of you, one by one, could tell me your name and your major or field of study.
My name is Jeremy, and I'm a marketing major.
My name is Vivian Billings, and I'm a marketing research and analytics and international business major.
Yeah, and my name is Lingjie Cai, and my major is marketing research.
Can you tell me a little bit about your research project?
We set out to find out how college students make home when they come to college. And so we interviewed numerous students here at EKU and just asked overall how they make, what they do to make either their dorm or their apartment feel like home to them. So that was what our research kind of encompassed.
Okay. What would you consider the most interesting part of your findings?
I think the most interesting part of our findings is how we absorb information from these students. You know, when we interview them, they share their feelings, they share their emotional attachment, they share all of this information with us, and with this information we could find very interesting points like how managers can actually use this information to try to reach these customers, which are the college students, in a more effective way.
So what was the most interesting part of doing the research?
I think most interesting part is interviewing. When we were doing the interview and we need to interview the different people, and before I interview I did a test for the other person, and we got a totally different answer for the same question. So I think that is the most interesting part.
So what can you tell me about your experience in doing a research project?
It was fun because we got to leave the classroom a lot. We learned a lot in class, but most of our learning in this marketing research class consisted of outside, like on our own, when we were doing interviews or when we were developing our findings through our research. So that was probably the most the biggest thing that I learned and that I found out in this class was we just got to experience more than you normally do in a classroom setting.
So do any of you plan on continuing this research in the future?
It's a possibility. I never really considered being involved with research. But after this class, it's a definite possibility. I really enjoyed everything, and I enjoyed talking to people and getting involved, and I enjoyed taking what my research and developing conclusions based on that research. So it's a definite possibility for me. Yeah.
What about for you?
I think most of us was more familiar with quantitative research and not with qualitative, which is our research here. And I think everybody, the entire classroom, think is very interesting the way how we went outside and got the feeling from the other college students. So I really like, and I wouldn't mind to maybe go for my master's degree and take another class with qualitative research, definitely.
What about you? Do you think you'll continue this research in the future?
Yes, I think this research is very fun. I mean, I focus on this process. The process give us a lot of the knowledge, and we can use what we learn from class. I think this is the most interesting part for me, and I hope my other class can do the same thing like this class, because we don't have a test. Yeah, we're just doing the research and put what we learn. Yeah.
No test is always a perk in college. So, what would be one aspect you want everyone to know about your research?
Maybe ask them first, and I'll come back.
Pass.
Sorry, let me think for a second.
Another aspect of this research?
If you could only pick one thing, what would be the one thing you want people to know about your research?
I think I would like to know, we saw that in our findings, we saw that a lot of students were influenced by their parents. So I think I would like to know how much influence their parents have on college purchase decisions. And this, I think it couldn't even be like a future research, something that we could do in the future, because we really don't know. It depends, if the students, traditional students, or non-traditional students. Many factors, I think, will affect that. So that would be a good thing to know.
You have your answer.
Yes. One thing that I pulled out of this research that I found kind of interesting was the sentimental value that students put on different possessions, and it could be anything from, like, one of our interviews, someone put sentimental value on a candy dish because that's what their parents did when, like, back at their house, they had a candy dish in the living room. And I find it interesting that just the sentimental value that people put on different things, whether they're important to everyone else or just to them, and it could honestly be any object. And it's interesting to find out people's personalities based on what they value and what they have to make their home an actual home. So,
What about you? One aspect about the research.
I hope if we present this research, I hope the people can make the smart decision. Like after they read or look at our presentation, they can make when they move somewhere, they will think about it. They can do some more research on the place where they going to. Like find a more economic place and choosing the good roommate. Yeah, I hope people can know that. And for business, they can get a more idea from this research, like make the convenient stuff for the student. Maybe how to make the promotion to do their business for the student customer.
Well, thank you guys for your time. I wish you all the best of luck today and in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.